We're Legend here making a replay analysis. We're going to be checking out an anti-mage game. It's my good buddy Alex. Let's see what we got going on here. Proud of you, entering the world of anti-mage, Alex. This is good stuff, good stuff. Let's see. So let's take a look at the Dota buff real quick. Give the overview of it. Kind of a rough fucking anti-mage game. Let's see what the pick order was. Get into a Timber and a Tide. Timber can be kind of a rough laner. Tide's a little annoying. You have to like use aggro tricks to deal with kind of both of them. And they double down and put the axe in. Kind of annoying, but not too bad. It's okay. You're just doing hard mode anti-mage. I respect that. I respect that even more. Alright, so we'll read for that draft finish. We'll take a look at this real quick. 37 minutes. And we have 360 creeps. It's a good start. 18-minute Battle Fury, treads. The lane's contested. It's a pretty good timing, so let's check it out and see what we do. What you want to keep in mind when you start that opening is if you think you're going to be in a hard lane like an axe or something, or like if they're aggroing, like let's say if it's like an axe and a disruptor or whatever, and for some reason you can't get over the side shot, which is actually pretty hard now that the creep wave just naturally goes up so far. But just something to keep in mind is if you can't finish that Poor Man's Shield before the lane starts, your life gets really awkward because you'll blow through your regen without the shield. That's why like a lot of times lately I've been opening just with a Poor Man's Shield. I've just been opening with Poor Man's Shield just because it's kind of safer in that respect. And maybe you'll have to send yourself more regen, but that's not the end of the world. Oh man, that's a fucking cancer land. Let's see what we do here. I'm trying to aggro it back. Just keep in mind, don't really worry too much about trying to pull it back early on against the axe. Ah, yeah, you just ran into this problem, didn't you? Fuck, that sucks. Oh, did you get the quelling? Is that what you did here? That's what you fucking did, isn't it? Isn't it, you greedy little bitch? That is something you are gonna regret. So not finishing the stout shield here, you know they're gonna push you under tower like by default. And by not having that shield, you're gonna get your regen's gonna get completely blown through. And while like maybe you'll miss some creeps without the quelling blade because like if you haven't played the hero a lot, you're not familiar with the animation. It can be a little hard to creep under tower. But it's not worth trading away like a whole salve or tangos for like one creep wave, particularly the way these guys are playing. There's no question in my mind that should have been a finished Poor Man's Shield. And if you lose a few creeps, you lose a few creeps. But like you can't like risk using the courier to send you more stuff. And like look how effectively he's able to trade against you too. You lost an extra 40 or 60 HP there. Like each time that swipe goes through, you just lost another 20 more HP by having that quelling over the stout, right? So that's like five. I think you've gotten attacked 5 times so far, so you lost 100 additional HP, which sucks. But like, so it's an axe. You don't really need to worry. Like he's gonna push it under tower, so you don't really need to worry about aggroing it too much. Like that's kind of the redeeming factor. Also, leveling the mana break kind of sucks. Like, because like right now what you'd want to do is blink over them and get to the range creep that was dead already, or get to the next creep wave. Now you kind of have to run through them. You should basically kick your Lich out of lane. He's just a liability right now. He could still sack stuff if he wants and just chill all the way in the back, but he can't be up even remotely close. Shield? Yeah. But look, so that like the one creep wave cost you all your tangos and 300 health. So that's over 700. I think it's like 750 health it cost you to do that. Or sorry, by choosing like the quelling blade over it. Like you still lost some health, but maybe you lost 2 tangos. Wait, why did you just pull his creeps? What the hell was that? Did I miss something? Get this. No, just taking under tower. What are we doing here? This is too. This is so fucking greedy right here. So you pulled his creeps there. And now he can contest you out there if he wants. He can contest you there. Yeah. So now you just lose the creep wave, and you're dead. Maybe dead. Maybe not dead. Might be able to salve up and run, unless you get body blocked by your Lich. Yeah, like this could be like a cute maneuver when you have control of like a lane or something, and you pull their creeps here. That way you last hit all their creeps and take the jungle. This is not a maneuver you want to do when they're completely wrecking you in lane. Like, and this is a lane like you're gonna win if you just like you have the Lich Heroes taking a ton of their experience, and they're sharing. Those are two greedy offlaners who are just losing all their experience right now. I think if you want, you can also buy like a Ring of Regen right now. It's totally fine. Like, instead of going for the long haul for the Ring of Health, you can get that 325 and just get the Ring of Regen, and later also get the Ring of Health. There's nothing wrong with having both. When you get armor down heroes like a Tide, and a hero you want to trade with a lot, like a Slark or even a Spirit Breaker or whatever. Or Spirit Breaker, I meant to say a Slark. I don't know why I said Spirit Breaker. You just want to aggro and pull these guys south. So what you can do, actually, is you can actively use your Quelling Blade, cut these trees down, and just give you more room to maneuver. Like, I've done that in games before, and it actually works pretty well. Because, like, right now you don't have a huge area to pull your creeps down into, and while it ruins your kind of, like, juke areas, it'll help you get more creeps, and it'll give you more space to maneuver. Because every time they go on you, they're just going to, like, take tower hits. So while this actually seems really bad right now, I guess it is pretty fucking bad. Do you, like, not have Sacrifice leveled first or something? We'll check after game. Actually, we'll check right now. We can do that. We have powers. No, he got Sacrificed first. Huh. You think they should be missing more experience, but they're not. It's never... Oh, that's his regen. Fuck, why isn't he salving you? What a dick. So you beg for the salve. He hasn't used any... He literally hasn't used any of his Oh, never mind. Sorry, I misread that. So he's used 2 tangos and gave you one. I don't know why he's not salving you here. You got a Veno in the house now? Fuck yeah. Let's speed this up. So, once again, just keep in mind, he's going to innately push the thing. He can't hold creep equilibrium because he's an axe. He's just going to spin on shit. So you just need to avoid getting called. Like, that's your main thing. It can be hard, but, like, if you're creep aggroing and just kind of waiting patiently, you can do that. Another thing you can do here is you can single pull the creep wave here. Oh, that guy might be dead. Yeah. Good kills. So, like, hypothetically, if you were alone in this lane, what I'd want to see you do is, when they're playing, like, super under tower on you, obviously you just have to, like, deal with it, try and get the experience, and get what last hits you can kind of eke in while avoiding getting Berserker called. Oh, you do get the Ring of Regen. That was a good call. What was the other thing I was going to say? Oh, so, like, hypothetically, they're, like, holding the lane statically here or something. What you want to do, whoops, is you single pull this creep wave, kill the camp so you get all the creeps, and it'll reset your aggro to around here or somewhere. Even if it goes under tower, that's fine. Last hitting with I actually like the second point in Blink too. It's really good. Yeah, so last hitting with anti-mage under tower is like borderline cathartic. Like, it's pretty easy because once you have the Quelling Blade and like a few levels, it's just five hits to a melee from a tower, and then you get 1 swipe at him. And for ranged, it's 2 hits, and then you get a swipe at him. But yeah, so you've kind of stabilized in this lane a lot. Like, they're now struggling. Why does that disruptor look so weird? I want that. I want that in my life. Hold on, we gotta zoom in on this. That's the best thing I've ever seen in my life. This makes me so happy. My life is complete. I can uninstall now. But, like, overall, you haven't died. You've gotten 2 assists. You gotten some experience. I think you could have gotten a little more creeps out of the lane and played a little better early on. But, you know, hard lessons learned are good lessons, right? Let's accelerate this a bit. I think your lane's pretty much stabilized now. I don't think you should struggle too much now. I think since you're behind, though, and you know what kind of lane they have, is like when you're at a creep wave, you just auto it down and you just push that creep wave. You don't give a shit about holding equilibrium. Just push it, go farm in the woods, because you want to kill that creep wave as quick as possible before they're there to contest you. Because like the axe and someone coming back is probably an inevitability. So while they're not there, make sure you get all the uncontested creeps you can get. So he'll have to deal with the creep wave at his tower. That'll open up your ability to get like maybe a few creeps at the hard camp or the easy camp or something. Then you come back to lane and deal with the bullshit laning against the fucking axe again. Oh man, this Timber's having a fucking game of his life. Yeah, I'm trying to think it would be worse if the Timber was there with him. I guess Timber could like tank under tower and def. The fuck is this? Did she just pop that? Is that the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life? And did he just die the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life? I think the answer is yes to all those. He just sees a DP run at him with her ult up. Just does not care. You have to be on agi treads when you're farming. You wanna like right now if you oh, we don't tread swap Alex. I'm so disappointed. I would go over the shrine right now. Like you're going home right now, but you don't need to. Let's check this out. Yeah, your shrine was up here. You could have just went to agi treads, used the shrine, got the hard camp, went back to land. You came all the way. Like you want to avoid going back to base pretty much as possible. When that shrine's up, just use it. You're a fucking anti-mage. Who's gonna tell you not to? Nobody. That's it. But yeah, you want to make sure like AM does run into mana problems, particularly since you don't have the finished Perseverance. Your mana regen's actually very low. You can't sustain like non-stop blinking. So you want to really make sure you're tread swapping. Like even when you have like a full Battle Fury, like a Manta, if you're blinking on cooldown and you're not tread swapping, you'll actually notice your mana gets depleted pretty quickly because your blink's on a 5-second cooldown and you're saving probably like I don't know, maybe like 8 mana per blink. So if you're blinking on cooldown after a minute, that's like 12 blinks or so. And you're saving like what, like 6 or 8 mana per blink or something. So if you do that math, that's like 70 mana a minute you're saving. And when you're farming for 5 minutes at a time, or like 5 or 10 minute span or something, that's gonna like add up over time. Just make sure like every time you're farming, you're always on those agi treads because like when you're farming that camp before, like you'll have your ring of health and your headdress healing into a smaller HP pool. Like you're on strength treads, so they're healing you less effectively because they're healing into a larger pool. Of HP. And also when you're on the agi, you're going to get 1.5 more armor, so you're even going to be taking less damage. So you're going to heal a higher relative amount, and you're going to... Man, words are hard. So you're going to heal a higher relative amount. I don't think you need to max your blink at this point. I think you want to get your mana break. It really helps you farm. Like, you don't really think about it, but like, a lot of jungle creeps nowadays have mana. This camp being one of the few exceptions of having absolutely no mana. Oh, where are we going to go here? We should be going to lane, Alex. Alright, we're going to lane. That fucking cosmetic is so shitty. We see an axe. We know we have a... Was it a Slark? I think it was a Slark, right? Yeah, okay. So you got 3 bottom. Here, I think you should farm this, go up to the hard camp, then go towards middle. It's a Slark there. If you want to really piss him the fuck off, does he have a Shadow Blade? No Shadow Blade. He's got a Midas. So you can actually trade hits with him pretty well. It's a little awkward because you need your HP to like do stuff, but he needs his mana to actually flash farm. If he wants to flash farm, like he uses Dark Pact to farm a lot. So you could have walked up to that lane and traded with him a little bit. The real question is, how the fuck do you have a mid DP? She comes into your lane before actually even killing her own fucking lane. She was against like a Timbersaw or something. So we're kind of putting, I know it's kind of awkward because there's a lot of people in your bottom lane. I think what you want to do here is, because you're spending a lot of time in the woods right now, and the woods is very inefficient jungling. So you came down here, you lost that tower, you're kind of just losing time right now, because you can't farm that camp there, because you know they're nearby. So you just have to, like, do you. I think what you want to do is aggressively push that middle tower and take those lane creeps. And then in between, because, like, you never walked up here because it was pushed, and I understand that, like, I get it, but there was 2 up here for most of that time, and there was like 2 or 3 down here for that time. So you just come here and you take that tower, right? You can get that tower for free, or even better, you can force them to respond and deal with you pushing that tower. And that time you're also getting these super valuable lane creeps. So you can get those lane creeps, then come back and do these jungle camps, and then come over here, do some ancients, use the shrine, and then go back to taking these lane creeps. Because lane creeps are just, they're so much more valuable. Like each like melee creep you get is worth like 3 neutral creeps, 4 neutral creeps. It's a lot. They're like 40 gold each. And if you take like the average creep, like that dude's worth like 20, and his experience is worth, no, is he even worth 20? Yeah, he's probably worth like, I don't know, he's probably around 20, whatever. But his experience is super low. So like you're getting 4 melee creeps that are easier to kill, cost you less HP, and sorry, so they're worth more gold. They're easier for you to kill. There's creeps there tanking for you, so you don't lose HP. And there's that juicy range creep that's going to give you like 100 experience, which is worth more than a big creep now, or very close. I think it's like 88 for a range creep, and a big creep they used to be worth like 112, and they had the 20% reduction. So they're probably very comparable. And think about how easy it is for an anti-mage to kill a range creep versus killing like that stupid fat tomato. It's stupid ogre creep. It's very difficult. But yeah, so like you losing a bit of efficiency there. It's another thing. You should pretty much send yourself the Claymore first almost all the time. The reason you want to send yourself the Claymore is because it gives you options, right? One, it's going to give you more damage. Just 3 more damage, why not? What does it really matter? You can get the broadsword a little sooner, but it's only like 4 or 5 more creeps. So why the fuck not? I mean, if you're gonna die and you have 1,300 gold, yeah, obviously buy the broadsword. But buying it right now is kind of stupid. You could have waited, purchased the broadsword, sent the broadsword to you, and then you have the option when you're finishing the Battle Fury, you can finish it using a courier from the side shop over here, or sorry, from the main shop. Or if it's in your farming pad, and you're pretty close, you can just buy it over here. Like if your courier's in use and you need a broadsword, like your Battle Fury just got delayed by like a minute, just because the courier's not nearby. Which is really bad, because like getting either one of those isn't going to be a huge increase to your farm, but completing the Battle Fury is a huge increase to your farm. So when you think about it in those terms, it just opens up many different ways for you to complete the Battle Fury, like more convenient methods. Because like if the courier's in use and you need a broadsword, you're just waiting pretty much, or you're going back to base. Fuck, that sucks. While like if the courier's in use and I'm like farming like I'm gonna be somewhere in this area. Like hypothetically, if I'm farming here and the courier's not in use, like, fuck it, I'll just use the courier and I'll finish my Battle Fury while still farming camps. Like, I won't blink over here out of my way just to finish a Battle Fury. Like, I'll use the bitch courier to fucking do it. Why not? Why not? That's just more efficient. Because you can still spend that time inefficiently farming camps without a Battle Fury. But, like, I'd rather inefficiently farm a camp without a Battle Fury than not farm the camp because I'm going to get a Battle Fury, you know? It just makes more sense to do it that way. But yeah, like, pretty much always get your Claymore first. Because, like right now, you just sat there, like, you didn't even go get it, so what was the point in buying it, you know? So you would take this, like, if you had the broadsword or the Claymore in your inventory, you just drop your headdress for it. Like, you put your headdress in your backpack, and you wait till the Battle's Fury's finished, and you put it back. Or you can, like, you're not against a Bloodseeker, so you don't really need a TP. You can even put the TP away and then just keep everything. That's fine too. Like, you are jungling a lot, so the extra regen's nice, and the extra stats is kind of nice. Like the +2 you get from that. So I'm cool with that too. But I definitely think you want to have one of those in your inventory, because like right now it's just dead gold. It's not really doing anything. Let's go back to our player perspective and see what we're doing. We're kind of behind in our creeps right now. Oh, we get our Battle Fury finished. Courier's available, so we're getting it. So you had kind of a rough lane. This is definitely on like the later side of Battle Fury timings, but the lane was kind of rough, and you didn't feel comfortable going to creep in that lane or the off lane. I think my only there's only a couple complaints I make so far. Actually, I guess there's a few, but first thing is how you approach the lane in the beginning. You went and purchased a Quelling Blade instead of finishing your PMS. Cost you a lot of regen. There was this maneuver that cost you a whole creep wave pretty much, and got the enemy basically an extra jungle camp, which sucks. You basically pulled for them and then had to run away, and then you did that shitty blink that nearly killed you. It was a rough time. The other thing is, you did get some free farm. You were able to catch up a bit. You got your treads and everything. Were you utilizing the jungle kind of at that point? I guess not really. You didn't start pushing the wave as aggressive as I would have liked to see after that shitty breakdown. Like, you just need to get as much gold as you can, pretty much. Even if it means you're not getting as many denies, which you only got 2 anyway, so it's really not that big of a deal. Like, I think you should have been pushing the lane. Like, once those guys got killed and your lane was kind of stabilized, you had your Ring of Health and your treads or your boots or whatever, you just start aggressively pushing the lane, starting jungling here, and you just start going with that. The other big problem is, I think it was about 5 or so minutes ago, when you were farming these jungle camps, you should have been aggressively pushing this lane and taking those lane creeps, because the lane creeps are much more valuable, and you would have been able to kill mid, lock down that, and possibly draw people middle, which creates space for your team up here, or maybe saves your tier 1 because they rotate out of there to stop you from killing their tier 1. So it's just a lot more useful. Like, you don't want to be spending your whole your time in the jungle, particularly after the jungle nerfs. It's really bad. But cool. Let's see how we improve our farming patterns now. Now we're in Battle Fury mode, so since you're behind, you should just aim for getting as much as possible. They're towards middle. I don't think this is really worth it. Look how much you expended a whole lot of mana to get there, lost some HP, and then it just, why the fuck did you put your treads in there? There was no reason to put the treads in there. You could just put them on edgy. I like it. I like the attempt, though. That's important. I do like that you're getting the Vlads. I do think it was really good this game. The Slark went Midas, so you're kind of able to punish him by taking away his mana, because he can't afford to trade mana with you. He can't trade his mana for your HP when you have a Vlad's, because you're just going to re-heal up. He can heal up, and he doesn't give a shit about trading HP, but he can't afford to lose his mana, because that means he won't have enough to combo people, because he's playing on a fine line anyway. But yeah, when you went into middle there, you actually, that has a very high opportunity cost for you. Here, I would have, I guess you can wait for it. I was going to say, you could have sent the Bassi to yourself, and then picked up that mask from the side shop as you rotate south. Close kill attempt. You could also send yourself a Clarity here. I don't think you've been tread swapping. We'll watch on your next blink. I know you didn't do it early, so I don't think you've continued to do it. Okay, you're tread swapping. But yeah, you see how much of a cost it has when you... Oh, shit, that sucks. I didn't need to do that. So I think this shrine is down based on the... Nope, it's not down. Yeah, so that was a real waste of a TP. You could have blinked to the shrine, healed up, and then went back. Even if the shrine wasn't there, it was down. You have a Vlad's. Missing HP is really not a big deal for you. He kind of fell off. He was really far ahead, and he just, only has a Bloodstone now. It's not good. He doesn't look like he got any charges either. Dude, so many of these failed kills. It's so sad. You got a little 5-assist anti-mage. 005. I like it. That's teamwork right there. It's like a support anti-mage. So the tide's down. You could try and fight this with your team. I'd stick around. I guess you can stick around here. I would farm the camps while hanging out nearby. Yeah, that's what you want to do. Big kill. You go back for the Disruptor and get glimpsed once again. This guy. Does he get the kill on him? Big kills. So to kind of talk about farming patterns a little bit, which is I think something that you're kind of you stuck around there and weren't farming locally for a lot of it. You farmed one camp. I think you could have farmed out the whole jungle. You do go bottom now and you do keep farming. So what a lot of people don't realize is or take into account is opportunity cost. When you're standing there for a fight, when you're standing there for a fight and you're not farming, Anne is losing relatively way more gold than anyone except an alchemist. When an alchemist, if an alchemist is standing near the pit thinking about whether or not he's gonna contest a Roshan, he's losing about 2,000 gold a minute. Every minute he stands there, he's losing 2,000 net worth. Anne is losing probably pretty close to that, maybe 1,500 gold a minute when he has a Battle Fury up. So, anytime you're just standing still and you're not doing something, that is time you could spend, pushing a lane or doing something, pushing a lane, pushing a tower, getting creeps, farming out a whole jungle. So all the time you spend stationary has an enormous cost, and it all adds up over time. Because, if you're farming 1,500 gold a minute and you waste, 2.5 minutes in a game, moving inefficiently, you just lost, 2.5 minutes, 3,000 gold, 750, 30, almost 4,000 gold just by moving inefficiently for 2.5 minutes. The same reason why dying is so horrible. Dying is just like the most inefficient movement, right? Because you're not moving at all. You're fucking dead. This is good. Push here. We see there's 30 seconds left. So I would just go right up to the next creep wave. Attack this. I just keep going, maybe? The whole team's dead. No, there's no point. Just go... Like, right now, there's no point in going... Like, your team already won that fight. They didn't need your help. You could have just taken a Rax there. Or at the very least, you could have taken a tier 3. Like, you're here doing it with your team anyway, but you guys could have just pushed 2 lanes at once. Yeah, so you guys are beating the shit out of them. And you die? Man, that sucks. You know what you just got there? You got the old... So, this is something I have to get in a better habit of. The amount of times I die when I have my Agi treads up, way too damn high. Anytime you're in like a kind of risky situation, or you're worried you might be getting ganked or something, you should be on strength treads. Like, you just farm on strength treads. Yeah, is it inefficient to farm like that? Yeah, but dying is the least efficient thing you can do. So anything that prevents you from dying is like the most worthwhile thing you can do. So if you were on strength treads there, I actually think you live. Because keep in mind, strength treads is 200 more hit points. You get called there. Let's slow it down. He gets the call. He gets some good spin action. He got that last hit off, like, as the call was, like, ending and you were in animation. So if you had 200 more HP, you might have been able to blink out there. It would have been close, because I don't think he called you. I think he just spun on you. So you might have been screwed anyway, because I think you can, like, if he's in the animation for the call and you blink away, like, I think you could still die, like, in your blink location. It's kind of, I think it's weird like that. But, like, you might have lived there. Like, that's just what I want to stress. Like, anytime you're in a risky situation, like, I don't know, near the enemy tier 3 as they're all respawning, you want to consider things like that. When the fuck did you guys even find time to just kill this shrine? I didn't even see that. So we finished our Manta up. You're not, like, unkillable now. What you could do if you're really scared, like, they can kill you with, like, Glimpse or Call or something. You can buy an Ags. Would be a pretty defensive item, and it wouldn't really be that bad if you're not super comfortable with, like, map awareness and stuff. Finally, getting some fucking kills on the board, Alex. You got 1. You're killing it. Yeah, like personally, I wouldn't get it, but if you're, like, not super comfortable, like, the map awareness, and you just want to play safe, like, honestly, like, the easiest way to win a game on AM is just not dying. So, like, maybe I want to play, like, needlessly risky by not buying an Ags here. If you buy an Ags here, you can't get glimpsed, you can't get called, so, and it tanks you up a bit, so it could be, this could definitely be a reasonable game for that, you know? Like, I would get an Abyssal Blade, go for more pickoffs, but I don't think anyone could, like, slight you if you got an Aghanims here and then just won. Like, your team's ahead anyway, like, if you don't die, like, what's going to change for them, right? Like, if they kill you in the DP, like, 2 or 3 fights in a row, like that could maybe win them the game. Kind of like what just happened here. Okay, you should get out, though. Jesus. Like, I'd be like, if we didn't have an Aegis there, and that happened, like, 2 or 3 times in a row, or 2 times in a row, you could totally, they could be right back in this game. AM happens to be, very good against Slark, though, so you have that innate counter built in. What is kind of rough, though, is if you get, like, glimpsed into Disruptor ult and the Slark's there, he's got that Silver Edge hit, so you're just going to explode because you're going to have no mana. Or, sorry, no spell shield, so you're just going to melt. So this is good. We're farming a little more here. I think you could have worked in these 2 camps in between that, or at the very least you could have gotten one of those camps. You see them fighting here, so I think it's the right decision just to run to this tower. What do we pop our Manta at? Did you pop your Manta and then blink? I think that's what you must have done. Timber had already given up, so this game is basically over. I don't think you had to go back. Yeah, I think you could have finished off that range if you wanted. We could farm out the Ancients right now. I think you had time to... You could have killed those Ancients. I mean, at this point in the game, it doesn't really matter, but you could have killed those Ancients, bought your thing, went back, killed the Ancients again. But the game's over now, so... Yeah, you what you want to do is just kind of improve those like early game efficiencies, and some of your creeping decisions. Like there was those times where you spent like several minutes like creeping the woods when you're working on your Battle Fury, which is a pretty inefficient way to like get your Battle Fury. Fucking nailed it. It's like an inefficient way to farm your Battle Fury, and it doesn't create pressure on the map. Like you always want to kind of farm. You always want to sorry, so you always want to farm to like try and create pressure and force reactions. That's why like if you're in like a 1v0 lane, you see people statically holding a lane here, they're just a fucking asshole and they don't know how to carry. Because when you're statically holding a lane here and the enemy is like not responding to your lane, all you're doing is not creating pressure on this tower. And when you're not creating pressure on that tower, that just means they're 5v4ing your team with no real losses. Like, yeah, the anti-mage is suboptimally free farming, but it's like, who cares, right? Like, because what you really want to be doing when you have that absolute free farm is pushing the tower with your creep wave, farming woods, and then rinsing and repeating. So you see people like statically holding, it's really bad for like a multitude of reasons. God fucking damn it. Yeah, so just to do a little TLDR, we'll recap it a bit. Your decision to start with more regen, I think, was good considering the lane you'd be up against, but I think not getting the Poor Man's Shield first was a pretty big mistake. It cost you about 700 HP from your first creep wave because you used 4 tangos and we're still down 300 HP, which is a lot. After that, you had some like you were trying to like go up and aggro it a little too much. Which would be good against, like, most heroes, but, like, Axe in particular, like we said, just innately pushes a creep wave, so you don't need to worry about it. Like, that shit's gonna come under tower. Don't sacrifice more, like, HP or regen than you have to in a lane like that, because, like, they're gonna, like, when they punish you when they go under tower, you're gonna lose HP when you have to tank those creeps, dance around, blink forward, like, do all that fancy shit. So, like, you can't afford to, like, waste that HP needlessly, because it's gonna affect, like, it has, like, it has an effect where like 3 minutes later you'll die, and the reason you'll die is because you wasted all your tangos in the first minute. Like that's the type of effect it'll have. Let's go look at our disruptor. Look at this dude. He's awesome. And besides that, like once they left your lane, you need to like when you have like such a late Battle Fury timing like that, like you did absorb a lot of pressure. When you have a super late timing like that, you want to go into like ultra farm efficiency mode, and like once you have that Battle Fury, you need to just be getting as many creeps as humanly possible. Like even if it means you're not pushing towers necessarily as much, like you need to go into catch-up mode. Like so you need that Vlad's 2 minutes after your Battle Fury. You need that Manta 4 minutes after that Vlad's. Wait, Vlad's 2 minutes after Battle Fury, Manta 4 maybe 5 minutes after Vlad's. Yeah, that's right. Because those are like, when you're farming like a madman, you'll have like a Manta 4 minutes after your Vlads. So that's what you kind of want to be, because that pushes forward, like, so we lost, because of how we had the Battle Fury at like 18 minutes, we're like 3 minutes off of a good timing. So if I accelerate my Vlads by 1 minute and my Manta by 1 minute, then I'm now only behind 1 minute on like a reasonable timing. So I have a 16-minute Battle Fury treads. So by farming super efficiently, you can kind of catch up to where you're supposed to be. But yeah, oh, and you didn't use your treads efficiently early on. Like it's super important for the early game juggling to be on those agi treads while you're jungling, and it's also super important to be on int treads in between your blinks, like int tread blink back to agi, because you're gonna really be struggling with that mana pool, particularly before you have the perseverance, which is where you weren't using it well. There was the time where you also went back to base when the shrine was available. Like, Aeon is the ultimate efficiency here, right? So you don't want to be wasting, like, any time running back to base, walking to the shrine, or sorry, walking to the fountain, slowly healing, getting a TP, TPing back to lane. Like, that lost you, like, probably over a minute, because you even didn't have mana for, like, blink, so you couldn't even blink back to fountain. You, like, walked most of the way. I think you walked from, like, here back to the fountain, pretty much, because you had, like, no mana. So it's just like, it just hurts so much, and it just compounds like that. Like a level 23 anti-mage creep. So cool. Yeah, so you could have used that, farmed a couple of camps, went back to lane. is what would have been the play. So that probably cost you another minute off your Battle Fury right there. Because I think like the way your lane went down, like the lane was kind of tough early on, but they were against like a Lich, and then your Veno kind of rotated, and then they died a bunch, so their laning presence was fucking annihilated. It was already hard for them to execute that. Like they can annoy you for a while, but eventually you're just gonna overcome with experience. Particularly because that Lich is there just being a right asshole. Like it just makes their life so hard to accomplish their goals. And then they died, and then now they're just pretty much boned. Like I don't think they ever recovered from that, right? Yeah, they're at like a little bit of an advantage because your DP got smoked by that Timber in mid, but they weren't able to transition that into anything because the Timber had like 100 creeps at 20 minutes, and like 15 minutes later he got like 60 creeps. I don't get how that works. I guess he sold everything for travels. What a guy. But okay, kind of beating a dead horse here. I could have talked a little more. Like you can watch some of the farming tutorial videos I have. I think a lot of them are a little dated right now. They're definitely not current to this patch, but that'll kind of give you an idea of how you want to like blink and rotate through the woods. I'd say the only difference between old patches and current patches, obviously there's more jungle creeps, but they're worth less. So you just want to put a bigger emphasis on making sure you don't miss lane creeps, particularly with like early jungling, like in the first 10 minutes. You always want to prioritize, like even if it means you miss, like let's say you kill one of these creeps. Like I kill the big creep, but if I go to kill the little creep, I'm gonna miss 2 creeps in lane. Take the 2 creeps in lane, just fuck this camp. Don't let it respawn. Who cares? Because it takes so much time to kill a hard camp anyway. Like I'd rather just not miss any of those creeps in lane, you know. Maybe it would be 3 creeps. It's like 2 or 3 creeps. If you miss 2 or 3 creeps in lane because you're farming a camp, that's an inefficient trade. So you need to put a real emphasis on making sure you're getting those lane creeps. But yeah, you can like hard rotate through the jungle now though, like because there's 6 camp. Wait, is it 6? 2, 4. Yeah, 6 on this side that are respawning every minute. Like you're gonna have your hands full farming all that out and 2 waves and getting over to this side. Like you could definitely make yourself more busy than you did because. When you play enough anti-mage games, you're not going to find it hard to hit 10 creeps a minute. Like, that's like your default. It ends up being your default. You end up just a little under it, but since you're newer to the hero, it's definitely a strong start. Just a few things that you fixed, and, like, if you fix, like, just those initial lane inefficiencies and not going back to the base here, like, I think you probably end up with a 15, 16-minute Battle Fury there against that lane, and then you just crush it out of the gate instead of what was almost a 19-minute Battle Fury. Cool. End it there. I hope it was helpful. I love you to death, Alex.